I don't know what we are. We're live.
We're live now.
Aaron Whitlow. Aaron Whitlow.
I'm Brandon Spivey. Welcome.
Welcome to the Mark That Movie podcast. And on today's episode, we're doing another fun time with Atrociously Bad Films.
You son
Hospitality. And you can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it.
What would interest you? Something the size of a jumbo jet?
Have you been circumcised?
The joy that it brings to you.
I can't tell.
I love it. It's like a child in a candy shop or something, man. I love it. I love it. I just know on the other side of this, you are enjoying it. I love the scene. So for those that don't know, the scenes that I used in the intro, we use chopping mall. I think the what is it? Oh man,
Troll
Goblin, Tro 2, yeah, Tro 2. And then the Hobgoblin, Goblin, so stupid. And then I used Samurai Cop, I think it's what it's called.
Yeah, I think so. I never seen it, but I did see it on Amazon quite a bit. But I always passed it.
I
just
want to
look really bad.
Yeah, I want to see it because of how atrociously bad it is. But I haven't. If somebody chooses it for us, then we will have to watch it. We'll be forced to watch it. But and then lastly, Brandon's favorite until I guess this one, but Brandon's favorite being Pieces.
I mean, I think Pieces is a better film. It has better kills. I don't know which one is more atrocious though. With the comedy, it's not supposed to be funny, but it's hilarious.
Yeah,
I really laughed a lot during this movie. I had such a good time. It is one of the worst horror movies I've ever seen. It's great. It's so great.
So, for those that want to know, we're talking about Blood Hook, which is a Troma film. Here is the cover art for the I guess I don't know if it's the Blu-ray or DVD. Oh well, that's I did the wrong one right here. Here it is. Well, that's fine. There you go. There's a bigger image of it so you can see what we're talking about. Blood Hook takes place in 1987.
Sets the tone.
If you want to see a movie with like I thought the ex-boyfriend in the one we watched last week,
Intruder
was acting was bad.
Oh
No,
man. It's on another level with this one.
There are some people that take the cake. In this movie.
Like the main protagonist, he just kind of stares around.
Yeah,
I just can't help but laugh at him. I mean, he's just like staring.
And he sounds like Cameron from Ferris Bueller when he's trying to do that voice.
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you over here? Like his voice is very like put him up.
Yeah. But my favorite character, I don't know his name.
I wanted to know this. Okay. Look, can I tell you who I think it is?
Go ahead.
Because it's one of two. Evelyn, which is the guy that loves the guns and stuff.
Okay, it's him.
Is it him?
Oh, yes.
Okay. I was like, it's either going to be him or Evelyn's dad or whoever. But I felt like it's Evelyn because I was like, oh, that's right up Brandon's. I said, that's right up Brandon's alley. This guy right there.
It's a combat zone. I'll blow that mother away. And then just how he just goes off. I mean, it's just like, oh, who is this guy? I love this guy. I want to meet this guy.
Well, this is, as I said, a trauma film. The synopsis for this movie: during a local fishing contest, people are being violently dragged into the lake and killed by a giant fish hook. It is
It is
this
what
is
it is. And
it
that's a
it is that.
synopsis.
It's what are they fishing for? What's the name of the fish?
You know,
It's
with all the absurdity, I forgot. I wasn't even paying attention what they were actually fishing for. I remember he said it.
yeah, mania. It's like it causes people to go mad because they
Yeah.
want to catch the big one.
Yeah, I forgot what he said. It was one of the friends that kept repeating what they were fishing for. But I forgot what he said.
Not mackerel. I don't think it might not be mackerel. Uh, it's something. It's something. It starts with M. But anyway, oh man. Oh, so the the movie starts off with this granddaddy dude on the bank of. It reminded me almost of Sleepaway Camp. The way it starts, like with like him by the water, but he's fishing. He's
Yeah,
listening to like a very old song about fishing. Um,
it sets the
and
tone.
sets the tone. And the grandson is coming down the this elevator thing
Yeah.
bucket. It's like a bucket that you see in a coal mine,
Mm-hmm.
but it's on the side of a cabin. I don't know why it doesn't have stairs, but okay, he's coming down it, and then he's like waving at his granddad, and his granddad's like, "Oh, this is uh this a song. This is a record player, grandson. This is how you play the record back really fast and turn it loud." And then all of a sudden he started having a weird look in his face, and then like he just
It's like
he
he had a brain aneurysm.
yes, and he falls. And he like dives kind of into the water,
Yeah, there's a lot of diving.
but at that point, when this happens to his granddaddy, there was no hook. There was no hook. He
There's
just
no hook.
dives into the water. And you like it's the and there, you can hear cicadas. Cicadas should have got a starring cicadas. Should have been in this movie, which is apropos because this is cicada season, right?
Yeah.
But wow, Brandon, I was like, okay, and then like I thought because the kid one runs, and I didn't know that it. We fast forwarded to the present, I guess. 'Cause I thought, well, they're gonna hit the kid. That's what I thought. I didn't realize that it was. I didn't put two and two together that he was the guy driving the van
Yeah, it was
or the
it was
truck.
kind of like a transition, like Friday the 13th Part 5.
Mm,
Once you see Corey Feldman, then you switch to whatever, like 10, 15 years uh, of adult Tommy, basically. I mean,
hmm
he's not supposed to be an adult Tommy, but he looks like he's in his early 20s. It's kind of a transition like that. It started off, it set the tone what this movie was going to be. This movie wasn't going to make much sense. This movie there was no logic whatsoever. I mean, like, here's what I thought happened. I didn't think he got hit with a hook or anything. I thought he actually had a brain aneurysm and fell into the lake. And the body was just never recovered.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I thought
That's
as
what
well.
I thought at this particular moment, but because that's what it looked like. I mean, but the sound he was making, yeah, it was very similar to the sound the old man makes at the end of the movie.
Well, also I wanted so when we get to the present day, and they're so he inherited the cabin,
Yeah.
the property, and they're gonna party. He has this rocker friend. He has this girl that's not his girlfriend who wants to be his girlfriend, and he probably wants her to be his girlfriend as well.
Mhm.
And another dude that is just like there's a third wheel dude, and then his girlfriend who no, I like the other girl that wasn't his girlfriend more than I like his actual girlfriend. Uh, and they come into town. Oh Lord! And at the same time, there's RV coming into town with.
Oh
Is
yeah,
that right? The
yeah,
RV with the father that
yeah.
wants to catch the
Oh, and
big one.
the woman that likes to whistle like a bird. I thought that was nice. that set
Oh
that just that set the mood, man. When she starts whistling it like a bird at dinner, I was like, "What is she doing?" Woo,
yeah, I didn't know
woo,
what.
woo.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, when that happened, I was thinking, what did Brandon choose? Has he seen this movie?
no,
What made him
I
choose this
hadn't.
movie?
No, I hadn't. I'm glad I chose it though. I had. It's so bad. Oh my god.
No, what's
Like
so bad is her death. So
I
they're at
missed her
dinner,
death. I was laughing
huh?
so much. I missed it. I
Oh,
missed the whole turning. I saw it later, like after the movie was over, because it shows that scene where she's turning and turning, and then she falls into the lake.
yeah.
Before you
She
watch the
she
movie, it's like a little preview. So I was like, oh, that's how she actually died. Because I was like, where'd she go?
yeah, she like and nobody else cared that she died in the movie. Like nobody mentions her other than like
Yeah,
later they oh yeah she's missing, but like the hook catches her, but you don't know it at first. But the hook catches her, and then you see it, and then you just see her turning
yeah,
with like a face, and and then she just is in the water, and the main guy sees all this happen. Peter is his name. He sees all this happen. Peter Van
yeah,
Cleese, and but he thinks it's in his head. Uh, oh man! And then the little girl wants a soda. It's so bad. And then the jogger, the workout girl. What do you think about the workout girl?
Is that the one that kind of gets captured like in Last Act?
Yeah, I think she
Or
gets killed. She's the one that the one guy. She's married, but they never show who her husband is.
okay. Yeah, okay. I mean, I didn't have too many opinions on a lot of the people in this movie, but the more absurdity of the characters that were just total absurd was the better for me. If you didn't really get much, as my son likes to call, plot armor, I really didn't care because it really didn't matter. So, but I didn't think much of her. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. She like what this movie does something weird too. All right, so it's not Intruder weird. Intruder, I give them props as far as like the camera angles that they try to do and things like
yeah,
that. This one loves the POV, straightforward, looking into the camera directly and having a conversation. The shot happens too often. Like it's like the character's like, What are you talking about?" But he's looking right in the camera and looking right at me,
yeah,
and then it cuts to the other character, and he's like in the standard shot, like, "Oh well, blah 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 blah," and then it goes back to him.
yeah.
I'm like, "That's a choice, man. That's a choice that he
Well, how did
made."
you feel about that choice, though? What was your reaction to the choice?
I was like, I was like, "Why?" Like I had questions. I had questions of why did they choose it. I had a lot of questions about a lot of things that happened in this movie. And like the giant oar is ridiculous. Not oar, the giant fish tackle
Yeah,
that kills people, and it's really bad at it because like they cast it and it misses people sometimes. and it drags it back, and then it casts it again, and then like the people catch it and they're just holding it like ah.
Oh, especially that one dude. Oh, I shared this on my Snap with somebody. I was like,
The guy who unbuttons his shirt, that guy.
yeah, he was like, he couldn't even speak. It was just what do you want from me? And then he gets hit. Oh! It's just I couldn't help but laugh. I couldn't help but share it. I was like, look at this awesome movie. And my little tagline was, he just got hooked.
Yes,
Just,
he like I was watching the movie, and at parts I was like, oh, easily a 2 is what I was thinking. And then like the moment that it changed for me was when what was the moment that changed for me? I
don't
think
know,
the
man.
moment that changed, there's a couple of things where I just kinda kept saying it's a 3 at least right now, and because it was like it was the moment that he casts the hook at the girl that's in the water and he misses her and drags it,
Oh
and
yeah.
then casts it again and misses her, but then like when he casts it again and gets her, but they're trying to make it seem they're trying to make it look like it is the father of your favorite character,
Yeah.
Eveline, and, and
Such a
I
weird
was
name
like,
for a guy, Evelyn.
yeah, and then the part that really sealed the deal for me is when there's a fake ear that comes into play,
Oh, the fake ear, yeah.
the fake ear, and he pulls the fake ear off, and he's like ah, and it's clearly a fake ear.
Yeah. But you know what I love the most about that scene? Do you
But
know?
no,
He's in a boat. He could literally drive off, but he jumps in the lake and then tries to get back on. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's the point where it was like, okay, you're at least getting a 4 out of me because this is so ridiculous.
well, there's a couple of scenes like that with like with the girlfriend of Peter. That's the only character I'm gonna reference by name is really Peter. Well, I'll tell you the killer's name, Leroy Lutke. Lutke.
Yeah.
Um, so Peter, when it's finally revealed who the killer is, it wasn't intruder level of a reveal.
No.
Uh, like this where the little kid that has a little magnet, the thing that helps you to find the stud finder, and it reacts to metal, and it reacts to the guy's top of his head. And he's like, oh, that's something weird, you know. But anyway, the scene when the girlfriend is trying to run and escape and get on the slow moving coal mine elevator thing, and she's trying to call it down, and she's just looking over around the corner at him, pedaling the boat
Yep.
to get closer to her, and she gets caught because she's literally looking at him cast the hook at her, where she could have just went around the corner and evaded him completely and run. She could have ran the whole time. There's no reason for her to have got caught. I was like, okay, I love it. But no, the scene that, like I said, like and you mentioned it, what you shared on your reel, the scene that really hooked it for me was the fact that for no rhyme or reason, the father, the dude, unbuttons his shirt on the boat,
Oh yeah.
and it's so
That's
that the hook can get into his fake belly. But you don't know that at the time. You just think, why is he unbuttoning his shirt? What's he doing? And he's standing there and waits for it. And when it comes, he's like, ah,
yes.
ah. Ah,
It's some of the best acting I've ever seen, man.
some of the best. No, the best acting is the workout lady, the one that calls her son champ. I think is when she screams that her son gets like because the guy tries to hook the baby, the little boy.
Yeah.
The coach is what she calls her son, coach. Uh, the bad guy tries to hook the coach baby, and he screams, and he has blood, and the subtitle says he's bleeding, or he's bleeding, but she says, and I said, what? I was like, I was like, that's not what the sub. That's not. That's not what she said. Because like she was like so hysterical. There's no way she said he's bleeding or blood. She said something about blood, but she didn't say he's bleeding. He's bleeding. She's like, I was like, okay, I'm here for it.
Might as well be.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, I think. Oh, there's another scene that I was like, the main character. You said his name's Peter, right?
Yeah,
He's
Peter
a
Van.
Van Cleef or
Peter
Van
Van.
Cleef or whatever.
Oh, I know the scene you're about to talk about. Go ahead.
Well,
I
he has a
guarantee you.
few. He actually has a few scenes, but he thinks it's his best friend that's doing the killing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like the cop, the sheriff. I don't know if he's a sheriff or not. He just looked like a regular cop to me, but he may have been the sheriff. He says, "You're too busy filling out forms." And I was just like, "What?
Yeah.
My friend's dead. You're busy filling out forms." I was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?"
And nowhere in the movie, I don't think that officer ever referenced that. Well, I'm busy filling out forms. Like I don't think he ever says, "Well, it's going to create more forms for me to fill out" or anything. But that was his go-to. Oh, he ain't gonna do nothing. He's busy. He kept saying that he's busy
Yeah.
filling out forms. I'm like, what? No,
What
the
did you
scene
think
that I
about
thought
that
you.
guy though? The friend that got killed first, with
Well,
the hook for
uh,
her earring,
yeah.
a fish hook for an
How
earring.
did he die? He's the one that
He's firstborn.
he's the one that Lutke said, "Hey, you should go to this one fishing spot.
Yeah.
That's where my secret spot." And he goes there. Yeah. How did he? Where did he catch his hook at?
It wasn't the back. That was the girl. One of the girls, at least. I think it was like the nose, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Yeah, I don't.
I think.
I don't remember it. I don't remember it.
I just the best thing about him was his earring. It looked
Yeah.
like a fish hook.
Yeah.
I was just like, I've literally never seen this ever in my life.
Also, there's a random scene in this movie where they walk through a giant fish to look over at the lake.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, I thought the scene I thought you was gonna mention was this.
Well, there's a lot.
So the boyfriend Peter Van Cleese or whatever his name is, Peter Van Cleese. He first of all, throughout the movie, he wants to earn the right to be called Van Cleese.
Which is stupid.
It's so stupid.
I know where you're going with this. I liked it though. I laughed a lot during this scene.
He so at one point he was like he confuses he says two people are the killers. First Evelyn who's the guy who I guess he went to Nam. I think that's where he went to. I don't know.
I love how he just gave over his gun though.
Yeah.
Like
it's nothing. Like it's nothing. He's like, here you go. And then like the dude, here's your MR40, and then he scrapes it. He's like, it's wood or something. I don't know. Anyway. But no, the thing that got me is when they find out who the killer is and that his girlfriend has been taken.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, let's go. You play the music and draw him out.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get him. And he's like, okay. And he goes on the boat as bait, and, and this movie should be called Bait, by the way, but or something, or lure. But anyway, uh, but he goes on the boat, and he doesn't do it.
Nope.
He doesn't do it. But then he goes home and goes to bed. His girlfriend is still in the house
I
missing.
know.
And he goes home and goes to bed. And now the girlfriend's friend or the other girl is in the bed with him for no reason whatsoever. And they start making out. No reason whatsoever. Your girlfriend's still missing. And she's in the refrigerator, mind you. She should be dead.
Should be.
But
I
and
thought
she's
she was
talking.
dead. I was like, well, he left her. He's dead. And when he goes home, he's making out with this girl. I'm like, what is going on here?
Oh man. And the fact that when she was captured by the killer, and she was like, if you have to kill me, that's fine. But I know you don't want to kill me. I think you're suppressing real emotions you're having, and we should have a breakthrough. Let's talk. And just like, and the killer is like, I'm just gonna put you in the refrigerator. I'm tired of hearing your mouth. He doesn't kill her. He's like, yeah, I don't want to hear you no more. Get in the refrigerator. Just sit there.
Well, here's one of the parts I love about it though. The next day, he's throwing out his line, and he sucks. He says, as you pointed out, he wants to earn it. And
No, before you get there, hold up. Before you get there, because before he gets to that part, remember when he's still on the boat and the killer goes past him and says, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?" Something
yeah,
like that. He said, "You're not gonna get away with this, you bastard." And the killer doesn't know what he's talking about. He just he's just like, "Hey, how you doing? Good morning." He's like, "You're not gonna get away with this, you bastard."
I mean,
I'm sorry.
you
I
would
just
want
thought
to be
about
there
that.
for this shoot. I mean, you would want to see the thought process, the creativity of this, of the screenwriting. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like, that don't make sense there. Let's keep it. Oh, that don't make sense there. Hey, let's keep it. The eyes gonna be glued to this, brother. I don't know
wow.
what that was, but yeah, I mean,
But go to tell me your part where he's practicing. I'm sorry.
he's practicing because he wants to be this band, whatever, Van
The Van
Cleef,
Cleef.
whatever. And the other guy's father is like, "You need to go kill him. You need to kill him now. What are you waiting for?" He says, I'm not good enough. I'm not ready." I was like, what the hell are you doing?
Also, the thing about this is too. Did you notice that the Evelyn's dad is clearly a younger guy, but like with makeup on and made to look like an older guy? He's just
Yeah.
clearly a young dude. He looks like Mythical Morning on the YouTube channel, Rhett and Link or whatever his name is. He looks like one of those guys almost, like pretending to be older. He looks like that guy. But yeah, and he's like, and he has a hearing aid,
Yeah.
and he was like impacted by the war. It's a lot happening in this movie.
There is a
man.
lot happening. But when it finally gets to the final confrontation, they're both in the boats. They're casting out their fishing hooks.
Before you get there, there's a scene that happened before all this. This is when the boyfriend. So the boyfriend, not the boyfriend. His friend, uh, has a crush on the girl that's in the fitness, and she's married supposedly. You never see her husband,
Didn't
and
have the budget to show him.
but also she's been hooking up with Evelyn, I guess, as well, and
I don't buy that.
somehow Evelyn becomes Peter's best friend in this movie. Somehow, somewhere along the line, they become best friends. But uh, there's a scene when the boyfriend or the guy has a crush on the girl and sees that like he just now had relations with the girl, and she says, "I think you need to go. You need to go. I can't do this or whatever." And so she sends him away. And later, Evelyn, and then she's like, "Oh, I like that. And I like the way that you whatever you're doing." And he's like, "Oh, I like that. You fooled me." And he's mad. He's drunk. He's on the boat. He's drinking. And then when he gets and he's playing music, and and when the killer comes out and hooks him, like you said, he is in a boat. Instead, he gets in the water for no reason, and the killer lures him to him. But once the killer kills him, there's a scene where he takes his rope and hook thing
Oh yeah,
and goes up through his chin and through his mouth and pulls him,
like fish.
and yeah, like a fish, and he has a collection of bodies up under his dock,
Mm-hmm.
and they all look like masks. they all look like they all look like the same.
They do, but
The
I
characters.
will. I actually did like that scene though.
Yeah,
I did. I was like, that's cool.
yeah,
He's got his little collection. He's basically this fisherman serial killer. I mean, basically. But yeah. Oh man, I almost forgot about that scene. There literally is so much going on, and if you're having a good time like I was, just laughing, you're gonna miss a lot. And I actually
but
missed Evelyn. You said Evelyn died?
no, no, I don't think
What was,
Evelyn died. I said
what was the
Evelyn
guy?
became best friend. I don't think nobody else died other than like the one guy that lost his ear, the best friend that had the fishing lure in his ear, the mother that loves bird sounds, the father that was stuck on the water, and then Peter Van Cleese's grandfather back in '67. So
Good
that's who
memory on
died.
what year it took place because I couldn't have
Well,
told you.
yeah, well because the cicadas come out every 17 years, and 17 years later from 67, I guess is 87 when this takes place. I don't know. I don't know. But I know this. I know that I was hoping this happened, but it didn't. I was hoping when the guy was making out with the girl in the living room, I was hoping that the fish hook would have came through the window and hooked one of them and dragged them into like out the window, but it didn't happen. I was like, oh, that would have made it a 5 for me if that would have happened. But what did help my score is the end where he gets hooked. Peter Van Cleese gets hooked, and then he turns around and hooks the other guy,
It was great, I tell you.
trying to reel each other in.
I'm telling you, it's like the worst, best horror movie I've ever seen. Like I love
Oh
Pieces,
my gosh!
but Pieces, I give it some credit. It is trying to be a serious horror film. This movie, though, there's no way they thought, man, this is serious. This is legit. We legit. We're gonna reel each other in. This is cinema, man. I can just hear Vince McMahon saying, "This is good."
Oh man,
But man, I even posted it in
Bilfer,
my letterbox
it's been a
review.
long time. Hey, Bilfer,
Hey, Bill,
have you ever seen Blood Hook? That's what
if you
we're.
haven't, go watch it. It's on Peacock and Tubi.
Yes, I'm pretty sure you can probably find it on YouTube free as well. But yeah,
Probably.
so uh, they are hooking each other, but But Peter isn't strong enough because he doesn't have the Van Cleef's name, I guess, and so he passes out, and the killer just
See, I actually
drags
kind
him.
of thought he lured him in at that point. I thought he pretended to pass out.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was gonna do, like spring up. But then, like he, like plays the music. He plays the
Yeah,
music.
he kind of pulls the jukebox towards him and starts playing the music, and dude's like, "Aah!"
And then like he knows to look in the refrigerator and get the
Somehow
girlfriend.
he knows. How do you know? He
And
finally
then
remembered his
and
girlfriend is
she
there.
and she's still alive. She's
Somehow.
still alive at this
Well,
point. This
it
has
was a
been
fridge.
a
It wasn't
whole,
a freezer, so
but it has been a whole 24 hours.
it
I
be-
want to say that because the first night she got kidnapped, and it was the next night that he went to rescue her. It's been a whole day, man.
yeah.
She's still alive somehow in a closed refrigerator. And she's fine.
She
She's
was.
fine.
She was totally fine.
And they dropped the and he what I don't know at the end he drops the radio into like this water,
Yeah.
Mento water, I guess, and the killer is doing so much hesitation kill. He's like
Yeah.
waiting for the sirens to come, and then like
Yeah.
he hears the sirens. He's like lays the knife down and runs out, holding his neck. He runs into the woods.
Yeah, and then they get Evelyn's dad to they talk him into going after him. And he's like, I don't know him like he does. But I'll try. It's like- which set up a sequel that we didn't get. I mean, I really wish we would have got a Blood Hook too.
Did they mention anything about forms right there at that point? That
No,
he has too many
no. I
forms to
wish they
fill
would
out?
have. Man, I wish they got to be like, I got to fill out these forms.
Oh, and
Peter
you
could have
hear
been
him,
like, that's all you've been doing the entire time where my friends were getting butchered. You've been
and
filling out
and,
forms while we're getting hooked.
and he is in the woods and I thought I missed something and I rewound it back. It was gonna try to play another movie immediately, and I was like, no, let me see if I missed something. So I rewound it back, and it said like you just see the woods and
Yeah.
you just hear a scream, and then that's it. That's it. Yeah,
Left the door open.
Blood Hook. Lucky is still out there. Yeah, I guess 17 years from now he's gonna heal from then. That should have made a sequel
You know,
in like
honestly,
1997
if the
or
Mediator
19.
or whatever it's called can get a sequel 30, 40 years later, this can too.
I
Uh,
guess I guess if they did a sequel, it would take place in because this is 87. It would take place in 2007. That would have been interesting to see Lucky now super old and ancient trying to kill people with this big giant lure. Uh, it's a
it's a
giant. It looks like a giant. If you watch this movie
yeah,
and you don't see the killer at first, because they don't always show him with the hands and the
yeah.
gloves reeling people in. Sometimes you literally just see a giant fishing lure, a red and white fishing lure, hook into people. It's like a haunted, possessed fishing lure. Is what you're thinking. Is it a ghost lure? Is the lake somehow reeling people in? That's what I was thinking at first. I was like, "What's happening?" I'm here for it. If we can have a night swim, like a haunted swimming pool, who say we can't have a haunted lake or
Or
river? I guess,
or fishing pole.
or a fishing pole, a ghost fishing pole.
I mean, you
Yeah,
had that movie called Rubber, about that tire that killed people. I didn't see it, but I heard it was interesting.
yeah.
So I mean, you could have a movie about anything, man. It's but I had a great time watching this. I literally laughed throughout the whole picture. I couldn't believe because it is a choice to do a slasher movie with a fishing pole as your main weapon. That is a choice. Not many people would choose something like that. So I give them props for Thinking outside the box.
Yeah, they thought outside the box.
It's great though. I mean, if you enjoy watching bad movies, which I haven't always enjoyed, but I do appreciate them today more than I
Yeah,
ever have. I really do. And
yeah. You just gotta go in and have fun. Just turn off your brain and
see, I'd
it,
rather
it
watch this Intruder Pieces over that. What was it, Madman?
yeah.
I felt Madman took itself too seriously. You know, and this, there's no way you could take it seriously. You just can't. But yeah, I mean, yeah,
Is Madman that from the 80s or something?
yeah, yeah. Madman Mars, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. Well, let's go ahead and give our numbers.
Okay,
All right, I'm gonna go first.
all right.
Uh, this conversation with you has helped my number, by the way. It made me enjoy the ridiculousness of it all. Um, I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a solid 4 markouts out of 5. It started at a 2 when I first was watching it, and then like there's subtle moments where I'm like it's a 3. But just talking to you now, it helped it to a 4 because it was funny. Like just thinking about how ridiculous
Yeah.
things were. It's a 4. A 4
It's
out
a
of 5 markouts for me.
Okay, I will say this. When this movie first started,
Bilford said 4. Yes, a 4.
when this movie first started, I was like, okay, I'm giving this thing a 1. This thing is going to be really bad. I don't know if I'm going to have fun with this. Just how it started, the brain aneurysm falling into the leg. But when the M16 guy came on, when I got to meet him, it changed the whole landscape for me for this picture. Evelyn, you says his name. But
Yeah,
his character came on, it changed everything. I opened up to it. I embraced it. I
I
fell
knew. I
in
knew you
love
would. I
with
knew you would.
this movie. I'm gonna go a little higher. I'm gonna go a little higher than I did Letterboxd because, as you said, talking to you actually helped my number. It was a 4. I'm gonna go a 4.5.
Okay.
In all honesty, I do believe this is the absolute worst horror movie I've ever seen that I love. I do. I think I like it a little bit better than Pieces, just because it's a little bit more ridiculous when it comes to the comedy aspect, the bad acting. I still love that kill in Pieces though. At the end, nothing tops that as ridiculous kills for me. But overall picture, yeah, I think I had a little bit better time with this movie than I did Pieces. That's saying something.
It does. Um. All right. Next week is my pick. Let's see what Bilford says. 4.5. Yes, Bilford. Bilford. We are watching these terrible. I respect you, but this film is a 1. It's terrible.
Oh, it's
It's
terrible, Bill.
terrible.
It's
But
terrible. It's so bad. It's
but
good.
so it's at that point that it's so bad that it's good. Last week we watched Intruder. That the killer alone rose the
Yeah,
score for me.
it really did. It really
Um.
did.
All right, next week my pick. I was wanting to do something that I think I'm still gonna stick with the ABF. I think, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been having fun with it. Um, I was gonna ask you, have you seen Tourist Trap?
Once.
You did see Tourist Trap. Do you know if you liked it or not?
I didn't at the time. But then
Didn't at the
again,
time.
I didn't like watching bad movies when I watched it. So I mean, if you want to pick it, go ahead and pick it. My
All
opinion
right.
probably will change.
All right. It's gonna be between that and Mutilator. The Mutilator.
Okay, I've seen it too, but
You have seen that
it's
one? Okay.
been it's been years for both. I don't remember Mutilator at all. I know Joe Castro did a sequel to it, but I
Yeah,
don't remember it.
I was gonna pick. I was gonna pick Night of the Demons. Uh, but that's not really. I don't actually feel like that's a bad movie. I think that's pretty solid little horror movie from like the '80s. That is like, yeah, the acting could have been a little. Yeah, I might choose. I'm choosing Night of the Demons. I was wanting to choose something that was because we're in the summertime. I was wanting to choose a summer horror. Uh, and I was trying to think of one. Um, well, you said you seen Mutilator. You seen
Yeah, I don't
uh,
remember it, but I did watch it one night.
and you seen Mad Men. You said
Yeah, I remember that very well.
okay. I've never seen that one. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna choose. I'm gonna go ahead and choose Night of the Demons.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've
You
seen
might
it.
you said because Tourist Trap. The thing about Tourist Trap, it's like that's the one that I was saying was like a precursor
Texas
to
Chainsaw, right?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It came out
Yeah,
in
like
'74, I think.
I kind of remember it. But here's it was pitched to me that it was a good movie.
Oh no, it came out '79. It came
So
out
it's
after
after.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
But it was
But
pitched to me as a good movie. One of the few good movies during the 70s. I knew it came out in the
oh,
70s. And I just didn't have a good time with it. But this is before my opinion of
love
bad
for
movies changed.
yeah.
Like I didn't have fun with this genre at all when I first started. I didn't watch much in the well, I mean you could argue that because I did watch some Halloween films that I don't like today. But they're not like this. They're not meant to be bad. Or they didn't have a yeah, it is free. I remember seeing it on Tubi.
Yeah.
But you know, none of the Halloween, none of the Friday 13th, Nightmare on Elm Streets, I feel were meant to be bad. They didn't have that bad dialogue. They didn't cast really bad actors. They may have cast unknown actors, but they weren't really bad like
Yeah.
they are in Bloodhook or Intruder or even
Well,
Pieces for that matter.
what I might do though is because I might do Night of the Demon versus mode.
Oh, the remake?
We haven't did
Edward
we
Furlong?
haven't yeah yeah.
I've never
I've
seen
never seen
that.
I've never seen it either.
I
So
did see it
I
was
think
on
it's what I'm gonna
something.
do. I think they're both on Tubi or they're
Okay.
both on an app. Cause I seen it. And I was like, oh, both of these are on there. So that's what I'm gonna choose. Versus mode, Night of the Demon. So it won't be ABF unless they are both ABF worthy.
Sure,
Then
one of them
definitely
will be.
it'd be a versus mode ABF.
I have a
Uh,
feeling that Edward Furlong will be worthy.
oh,
Maybe
automatically.
not. Maybe it'll just be really bad that you can't have no fun with it. But I have a feeling that's gonna be worthy.
Yeah. I gotta say it could be. It's Eddie Furlong, and he's way gone at this point in life, man.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah. He was pretty much gone when he did
uh,
Pecker.
ABF stands for Atrociously Bad Films. Hey, just for you, Bilfer, uh, and Brandon's amusement, I'm gonna run it again. Here you go. This is the intro to ABF.
Hospitality. And you can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it.
What would interest you? Something the size of a jumbo jet?
Have you been circumcised?
Yes. Yes.
There you go.
It's great when dude gets
Yeah.
genitals torn apart. It's just it's cinema.
I'm curious if Samurai Cop is somewhere. Um, let's see, Samurai. I can't even spell it. Cop. Um,
SAMURAI. RAI, I believe.
Watch. It is also on Tubi. Maybe some other time. I don't know. I I don't recall ever seeing it. My buddy Craig, he sometimes let me. We would watch horror, like terribly bad movies. That's where I introduced him to Frankenhooker. Was there, uh, but yeah, but and then also West End was considered a bad movie, which I know you like. Uh, what's that movie? No Retreat, No Surrender. It's
Oh,
technically a bad movie.
it is so bad, but when Van Damme is on screen, it's actually legit. Like, except the ending, him losing. But that movie is so bad. I love it though. I have such a good time watching it. I laugh when they bring in Bruce Lee's ghost. It's like, what are you doing? But I remember as a kid taking it seriously because it had Van Damme. I was like, he's not going to be in a bad movie. But yeah, I mean, watching as an adult though, it was fun. But anytime he's on screen, it's like legit. But everything else is just atrociously bad. But it's good.
Atrociously bad. Yeah. But so that concludes today's episode. Uh, yeah, next week, versus mode, Night of the Demons. We're gonna watch them. And they might be atrociously bad. Brandon's gonna watch them and be like, "Yep," or "No," or "Yeah," But yeah, um,
This kind of makes me
we.
want to do that Ginger Dead Man with Gary Busey.
Oh my gosh, I've never seen it, but I'd love to see it.
I know that
I'm
would be really bad to watch. Like I just know, but he's the only reason I want to watch it because I know what he would bring to the table.
I remember a movie that I watched that was still atrociously bad. It was like it has Robert, was it Eric Roberts, uh, doing the voice of a cat, but he clearly,
What?
yes, Eric Robert is voicing a cat, like a talking cat, but it's clearly, he's literally phoning it in. He's literally on the phone. You can tell that he's on the cell phone, phoning in his dialogue. They're recording it because the way that it sounds like he's on the phone doing his
I
dialogue.
don't even know what to say. I want to see this.
Look it up and choose it. We can keep it. Can be an ABF summer, baby. It can be an ABF summer. I'm okay with it. I'm here for it. But all right, man.
I'm
Brandon,
gonna
what do
look
we
up
like
his
the people?
films, find out what it is.
What do we ask the people to do?
Oh, if you like this episode and you want to see more like it, click that like, subscribe, comment, and share the Mark Out Movie Podcast.
In the meantime, and then in between time, Aaron Whitlow,
Brandon Spivey.
we thank you for marking out with us here on the Mark Out Movie Podcast. Have a great rest of your week and stay away from the lakes. And don't play music, whatever you do. Don't play no music because Lucky is looking for you.